First fight, he's coming off of a unanimous decision loss to Juan Carlos Hurtado, who was making his debut at the time. Back to the drawing board in the gym.
Yeah, unfortunate I can't speak. I haven't experienced what this has happened to him, but hopefully he has fire in his heart to prove people wrong.
Fighting out of Visalia, California, and has experience in the MMA cage as well, where he's got a win under his belt. He was 4-1 as an amateur in MMA. He's got a wrestling background. That's obviously not going to help him here in the sweet science.
Yeah, we can see if he can turn things around. A lot of great champions before started their careers off.
And now, entering the ring, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Terrell Adams.
Terrell Adams, on the flip side, comes in an undefeated 2-0, and he's got that swagger, Jalen. He's got that confidence.
Yep.
Both of his victories by unanimous decision, so early in his career he got some important experience in the ring and got those rounds under his belt.
Yeah, man, he looks like he's very, very confident. Screaming confidence.
29 years of age. Last fought back in 2020, so a bit of a layoff. I got to ask you, what was the pandemic like as a fighter?
Horrible.
I can imagine. Victories for Adams over the likes of Henry Mendez, Fernando Hernandez, looking to keep that flawless record going against a very game and hungry Jonathan Moskowitz. We thank you for watching wherever you may be on BXNG TV. In the action, coming to you from Commerce Casino, brought to you by All-Star Boxing. Ed Holmes and his team put together a great card, time in, time out. This should be no different as we set the stage for our opening contest.
All right, fight fans, here we go. Now in the ring, 4 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division, presented to you by Ed Holmes, All-Star Promotions. Introducing our referee in charge of this bout, Hall of Famer Jerry Cantu. And now, introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing teal trunks trimmed in silver. He is training out of Tulare Athletic Club, Tulare, California. He weighed in 154 pounds. His record, no wins with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jonathan Moskowitz. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, he is wearing black trunks trimmed in white and gold. He is training out of Cannon Nation Boxing Gym, Santa Fe Springs, by way of Watts. He weighed in 152 pounds. He brings to the ring an undefeated record, 2 wins with no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Terrell, the Sharpshooter Adams. Once again, our referee in charge, Jerry Cantu, to give final instructions.
Gentlemen, you are giving your instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight. You will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Stage is set for our first bout of the night. Jonathan Moskowitz fighting out of the blue corner. We're in the green and silver, taking on Terrell Adams out of the red corner. We're in the black trimmed with white. Adams again trying to keep that undefeated record going. Moskowitz trying to get one in the win column. Scheduled for 4 rounds at 154 pounds. Bell sounds, time to fight on. We're off and running here from Commerce, California. The aggressive, though, thus far. Moskowitz, again, so hungry for that win, but we saw the confidence in Adams early. Your thought in the early action?
It seems like Moskowitz is coming forward, and this is going to be his best round so far. He wants to give it his all and tell him that he's not trying to, he didn't come here to lay down.
Yeah, certainly came to press the action, press the fight. After losing his debut, looking to turn things around as we talked about. These two are fighting in a phone booth early.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Oh, caught him with a pinpoint right. Did Terrell Adams. Gave him something to think about.
That was beautiful footwork by Adams.
Uppercut up the middle as well by Terrell Adams. Really uncorked a flurry of shots on Moskowitz. Going upstairs, downstairs, all points in between.
Beautiful uppercuts, beautiful turning. But Moskowitz isn't he's no chump. Still coming.
Jonathan Moskowitz, very tough, just keeps pressing forward. Looking to answer. Here, hard shots to the body by both. Inside a minute and a half to go in our first of 4 scheduled rounds. Moskowitz is heavy-handed too.
Yeah, you can't let Moskowitz's record fool anyone.
Sure, he certainly went back to the gym, worked on whatever led to that first loss. Loss that did go the distance. Again, both victories by Adams, unanimous decision victories as well. Banking rounds early in their career. Inside a minute to go now in our first round. And it's been a lot of action. There's no feeling out process in this
Not at all. The winner of this fight is going to be the fighter that's in the best shape. It's going to come down to the war of nutrition. They're letting their hands go.
Certainly are. Coming up on 20 seconds to go in round 1. Non-stop action. Both fighters very busy, throwing a lot of output of punches. You hear it, 10 seconds to go in the first round. Can somebody put the exclamation point on this one? And bell sounds. First of 4 rounds.
That was a good first round. Adams, he's going to have to dig deep. This guy's not no pushover.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Jalen. I mean, Moskowitz was right in the face of Adams throughout, was the aggressor early, but then do you think that Terrell Adams thus far may be the crisper of the two punchers?
Adam is landing the better shots, but he has to be careful to not let Jonathan to smother him, because he's allowing him to smother him too much, and hopefully he's in good shape. If he's in good shape, he'll be okay.
Might have been a bit of a confidence builder for Moskowitz to stay in there and mix it up with Adams in the first round after that previous loss. But the action continues with round 2. If you were the judges, how would you have scored that first round?
Pretty tricky. Pretty tricky.
And again, you see Moskowitz immediately pressing forward, trying to keep in close. And Adams worked his way off the ropes there.
Yeah, this is a difficult fight to score for any judge. Adam is landing the clearer, more sharper punches, but he's allowing Moskowitz to smother him.
Moskowitz, southpaw fighter. If I'm not mistaken, you're a southpaw fighter in your own right.
Yep.
Always presents an interesting challenge for the opponent.
Hopefully we have experienced judges present, because Adam is landing the clearer, more effective shots. But I can see how some judges will give it to Moskowitz.
Moskowitz does keep pressing forward, stays aggressive, but just a nice variety of punches too from Terrell Adams.
Yes.
He's all over the map.
He has beautiful angles.
Big left hook there by Terrell Adams. Looks to continue to unload. And Adams right now certainly looks to be the fresher of the two. You mentioned the conditioning could become a factor if this thing goes into deep water.
Yep. I just feel that Adams is not comfortable. He's not comfortable in there yet. He's landing the better shots, but it seems like Moskowitz wants to fight at this pace.
Oh, and it's hard to be comfortable when you can't get any breathing room from Moskowitz. He just eats
He's
up.
working the body now. He's going to the body, so it looks like he's doing his game plan. His game plan is his success.
Maybe expect Adams to start measuring, utilizing the jab. But again, now mixing it up as well as Moskowitz. These two throwing again. Inside a minute to go in the second round. More of the same. Great action between these two.
Just uppercut by Adam.
Official calls time. The mouthpiece was out there of Moskowitz. Maybe, you know,
That probably gives Adam a good breather that he needed.
yeah, well, likewise for both fighters, but, you know, that could be a momentum killer as well, can it not?
Yep. He just connected with a beautiful right hand right now.
These two continue to throw for broke, and you can hear the crowd responding here in Commerce, California. They love the aggression of both fighters. Moskowitz continued to try and work the body as well. Seconds remaining in the second round.
Beautiful shots.
So they turn it into a real battle of attrition, as you mentioned, Jalen, a real slugfest thus far.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful fight. You're seeing two guys go toe-to-toe, guys that don't want to give an inch, and it's a beautiful clash.
It's very similar action in round 2 to round 1. You got Jonathan Moskowitz wants to keep in close, turn it into a brawl, and on the flip side, maybe the crisper punches being thrown by Terrell Adams, but hard to get an advantage over Moskowitz when Moskowitz just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, Moskowitz isn't landing punches, but he's just coming forward, and he's not giving up. I'm curious to see how the judges scored that round.
We're at the halfway point here in our very first matchup. If you, again, I'll put the question to you, if you were judging, do you have it 2-0 for Adams thus far?
Me personally, so far, but I won't be surprised that a judge gave Moskowitz a round.
That's why you never want to leave it in the hands of the judges if you're in there, yeah?
Absolutely.
Round 3 underway between these two. Moskowitz showing
I like
his
how
toughness.
Adams came out this third round. The first few seconds he had his distance and he's landed beautiful punches.
Well, you see, trying to measure and get that distance right now. Pond with the left to keep Moskowitz at distance and then unload. Fun to watch these two work, and Adams is getting real busy with the uppercut as well.
Moskowitz has a head made of concrete because he's getting hit with everything and nothing's bucking him.
He does.
Nothing's hurting him.
He just doesn't flinch, does he? Keeps on moving, but
Wow.
he felt that one. That was
Beautiful right hand by Adam.
right on the button. Maybe the biggest punch of the fight thus far by Terrell Adams. Starting to uncork more and more offense. You can see blood streaming from the nose of Moskowitz. At times, Adams has been picking them apart.
I want to see one of these fighters connect more body shots.
Can body shots be very effective in a shorter fight in a 4-rounder like this?
Body shots are always effective. You know the saying, kill the body and the head will fall.
Yes.
If I was Adams' coach, I would like him to get his distance and fight on an angle because he's staying right there and he's giving Moskowitz a chance to get back into the fight.
I think perhaps fighting at range would be advantageous to Terrell Adams, but these guys again go nose to nose and toes to toes throughout this fight.
They're letting their hands go. The fans is getting their money's worth.
When you're throwing this type of output and volume, do those arms start to get a little heavy?
Man, I bet they're tired, extremely tired. They're lucky this is a 4-round fight.
Continue to just battle away to Moskowitz.
Amazing display of heart for both of these fighters.
That's
Beautiful
personified.
body shot.
Yeah, there you have it. You called for it. And connecting. Inside 10 seconds to go now in the third round. Still 1 round to go. If these two can survive the next few seconds. And they do.
Beautiful round. Beautiful round. Action-packed. A lot of action going both ways.
So after 3, I mean, it has been nonstop. These two have been mixing it up from the opening bell. Your thoughts with 3 rounds in the books?
Action-packed. Both guys showing amazing heart. I'm impressed by Moskowitz's toughness, but I'm also impressed by Adams' selection of shots. And at the end of that round, he landed a beautiful body shot. And I'm curious to see if that's going to be a game changer coming in round number 4.
That might give Moskowitz something to think about as we take a look into the corners of both fighters. A lot of instructions being given to Moskowitz. You got to think he might have a bit of a hole to climb out of. Does he perhaps need a finish if he's going to win this fight?
Yeah, he's going to need a knockout.
Here we go, the 4th and final round.
4th and final round between Jonathan Moskowitz, Terrell Adams. It's been a good one here at All-Star Boxing, Battle of the Rising Stars. Who wants it more? Who can dig down, find that little something extra? Excellent fight thus far for Terrell Adams, but can he finish the job?
Moskowitz is not being discouraged.
No.
He's still coming with everything he got.
Moskowitz only knows one speed, and that's full speed ahead.
Yep. He knows nothing else. They said he has a background in wrestling, and you can see his toughness. Wrestlers are tough as nails.
He's got some cauliflower ears he's working with there, that's for sure. And look at the aggressor now, thus far in the final round.
He's having some success this
yes.
This round is having some success.
Moskowitz just will not go away.
It's the biggest round so far.
Moskowitz just keeps throwing, keeps moving forward, trying to get some breathing room as Adams caught with a nice caught him with a nice 1-2 there, did Adams.
Yeah, Adams needs to let his hands go because Moskowitz is still in this round so far.
Right, and again, as you mentioned, when it comes to the judges, you don't know how they saw the aggressiveness of Moskowitz throughout. If you're Adams, you can't be on your bicycle at this point. You gotta keep the pedal to the metal.
Yes, he has to connect. It's not a pretty fight for Moskowitz. It's a phone booth type of fight, but it's effective.
You just get a sense with Moskowitz, whether it's the mat, the MMA cage, or the squared circle, this guy's never met a fight he didn't like. He is double tough, that's for sure. And this perhaps his best round of the fight. Eats some shots as we say that.
Doesn't even faze him.
It's like a zombie. Fourth and final round. These two digging down deep. Adams continues to go to work here. Inside, 30 seconds to go. Time to let it go. Time to let those hands fly. Moskowitz just keeps throwing with Adams' corner. Adams trying to fire his way out of the corner. Good action with only seconds to go in the fight. Great heart on display, as you mentioned, Jalen.
Beautiful fight. That was the best round for Moskowitz. That round, he won in my opinion. But the other 3 I give to Adams, but let's see how the judges see it.
This one will go the distance, as has been the case for all of the fights of these two fighters thus far. Moskowitz came in with one fighter under his belt, lost by unanimous decision. Both previous victories by Terrell Adams went the distance. He won by unanimous decision, and once again, this one will go to the scorecards. We'll see how the judges see it momentarily, but great action to kick things off here at the Battle of the Rising Stars. Your thoughts just briefly on what we saw?
I believe both fighters need to go back to the drawing board. Adams has a lot of potential. He needs to work on keeping his distance and his movement and figure out how to stop fighters from carrying him. He allowed Moskowitz to carry him in a higher pace fight that he had no business being in. And Moskowitz, I believe he needs to learn more of his technique and settle down a little more. But both fighters have potential, and I'm curious to see how their careers go.
And that's what it's all about here at the Battle of the Rising Stars.
But Terrell Adams, his brother is Brandon Adams, who's a top-notch contender.
After
so
4 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision.
The coaches there.
All 3 judges ringside scored the bout 40-36 in favor of our winner. By unanimous decision, he is still undefeated, Terrell, the sharpshooter, Adams.
Good win by Adams.